So let's see one at a time what came out. Obstacles and challenges, the Five of Wands. It's a temporary obstacle and challenge, and we see the break and the bridge here, if you like. We think about, especially this can be associated with work or career or creative potentialities in our life. So we can think about the bridge across something that is not yet fully perceived or understood. So this could be a bridge on a journey that you are walking, so like a direction you are headed in, or it could be a bridge about an idea or a concept, or it could be a bridge around a topic or a subject that seems to have broached something or is not fully formed. There might need to be more ideas or people who are brought into the picture, because quite often this does involve more than just yourself. It can involve co-workers or friends or a circle of people. Now, sometimes the challenges can be that other people see things in a different perspective or want a different outcome than you are currently offering. So sometimes this card can be an enlightening card in as much that it's giving you the concept that you need to broaden your horizons or expand your vision. This may indicate listening to others and taking on someone else's idea as well as your own. So you might have the founding components for an idea or a concept or a dream or an inspiration, or even just like a project at work, but you need to add to it or expand on it or collaborate with someone, I think, as you're moving forward. Lovely. This is number 19, the light. This is, of course, the Sun card. So when the Sun card comes out, it is further enhancing or de-enhancing any slight negatives within a reading. So given that it came right next to this obstacles and challenges, and I said I felt this was a temporary transition, I'll stand by those words and say that if any of you are feeling some sort of block or haltage or backwards grinding in this beginning part of February, possibly even January, then not to worry and to focus on the light, to bring in ideas, cooperation, resources, fulfillment, movement, new birth of something new as well. So if this bridge that was broken here was stopping the concept of a new idea as well, then the light can help harness that and bring it in. Now remember, I just mentioned at the beginning of the reading that we had just had the solar eclipse. So Taurus, you guys are like Capricorn, going through a lot of change at this point in the galactic timeline, and you will find that things like eclipses and planetary alignments can have an immense power with ongoing events and relationships around you. So the light is very positive. It is the new birth of something, concepts. For some of you about wanting a pregnancy or a childbirth, this can happen. It can also be the new concept of a new relationship coming in. Sometimes one that brings great light and awareness and love into your life as well. Like a really transfixed or higher vibrational relationship. It doesn't have to be just the intimate relationship. It can also be a deep commitment or friendship with another person, or it can be through a family member such as a child or a parent relationship that can just be a very deep and special loving bond. The Sun also talks about remembering childlike feelings and emotions, and remembering to bring joy into your life and to take some time out and have fun, especially if you have been working or you've been tirelessly doing something, or if you're in an area of the globe where there has been a lack of sun or a lack of joy in your life. It's time to also embellish that and bring some balance and harmony in. Number 9, the Solitude card, is another major arcana. This is the Hermit card, and this card is all about learning the inner voice and understanding our galactic journey and our soul's journey. The Solitude card is, it is in the traditional tarot, it is called the Hermit. And this Hermit is often about spending time alone in meditation and contemplation of what it is we are seeking and where we are wanting to go. So that's a little bit of a carry over message from your January reading. talking about the fact that you yourself could be going through this immense understanding, awareness, growth, initiation period. Some of you may find that you receive answers from the celestial or the galactic field of life, from the light source energies. It might be like an awakening or a deep soul understanding of your journey and of what you are here to experience and why you go through some of the things you do, including things like heartbreak or loss or grief. Those are the trying emotions and events in our lives that trigger us into the deeper epiphanies of understanding and awareness. And as painful as they are the forebearers of this deep connection to why we chose to experience those situations and what we are learning and how we are growing from them. And often solitude or the hermit allow us to take the time out to understand what we've been through and to process it and turn it into logic for our soul's growth. So it's a profound card in its own way, but it is very personal and very intimate. It's usually not about sharing your time or emotion or journey with others. It's connecting with yourself, your higher self, your spiritual side as well. So both the light and the hermit or solitude card could very well be talking about this expanded growth and deployment further out into understanding at a very deep level that could have come from this knowingness from the January reading that was present. You've also got here a little bit of heartache and loss. This is the Three of Swords. So you've kind of got two cards that have mirrored great height and positivity and spiritual awareness. And then you've had the two that have showed you a little bit of more grounded energy and back here on earth and the emotional feelings and ups and downs that can go with other people's energies that create change in us and how we're feeling. Often the heartache and loss can be associated with three people, so this can sometimes be a bit of a circle of energy involved here. This card can turn up if there has been something like an affair going on, or where there is a choice to be made about who you wish to spend time with in relationships. This can be close relationships such as friendships or family relationships. It can also be the intimate one. Now, the card often portends a feeling of grief and loss, and it's as if something could be parting and moving away, and it could be a close relationship, and it might be because you have found something out that shows you that the relationship was not going to be positive anymore, that it was leading to a negative space, that it was creating disharmony, that there was something going on that was being hidden agenda, sometimes another person, as I said. It is a transitory card, so the pain and grief that you might feel doesn't necessarily stay, but I think what happens from this journey of this card is that you understand the reason for it in time, and you also understand that you are moving to this greater height, to this new journey on life's path. There is also a possibility that because this is the Three of Swords, and swords is about communication, that you could utilize communication to try and heal a relationship that's in a transitory stage of either failing or flowing and going well. So sometimes a mediator or going to counselors or having another person come in to help see a different point of view and have the communication overseen can be beneficial at this time. The other thing we look upon is the heart that she holds below the heart space, which is up here. But sometimes this can be a measure of saying that the physical heart needs looking after too. And I see this heart, if we look closer, I've never noticed before, but it's got a whole lot of stitches on it, as if it's been sewn up. as if it's had a physical operation. So some of you or someone you may know may have had a heart or chest operation where the chest was literally cut open and something may have been cut out of that area of the body, or a heart may have been fixed, like a major heart operation, or even like putting a stent in or something along those lines. So heart health is something that you may want to take into consideration, your own heart health or that of people around you as well. So in this February reading, there's a degree of up and down, especially for those first few cards that came through. If we go to this deck here, which is the Doreen Virtue Daily Guidance deck, it looks as though it's upside down. It's kind of irrelevant. They'll come out the way they're meant to come out. These are very light in terms of the other cards here, which are a little bit more intense. And I think that the intensity readings are really good for right now because they help us to connect at the higher level and to kind of face things that we need to be thinking about and address different situations. That first card out is Cleanse and Detoxify. Now, it could go very closely with the heartache and loss right next to it, because cleanse and detoxify is not just about the things that we might have taken in over the Christmas or the festive holiday period, you know, a little bit of overindulgence, whether it be food or alcohol or passion or, you know, shopping. This card is the invitation to take some time out and really put some pure energy back into your body, in particular through diet, through meditation, through peacefulness, through mindfulness. But it is also about helping to detoxify our thoughts and our spiritual or auric body as well. It could be that any thoughts or grief or anger or resentment that could be going on through this card over here, they're asking you to detoxify that to allow the next step or phase of growth to come through. So this is for Taurus for February. It feels like you guys are cleaning something out of the cupboards. It's as if you may have got to this point in the bridge, in the road, where you felt something was broken and you've thought, well, actually, I'm thinking I'm going to clean it out. I'm going to take the steps and be the person who says, no, I won't go on a broken bridge anymore or a broken journey. I want to reach my own perfection or my own understanding. My life is about me and I am the most important in it. And from that perspective, I'm going to pay homage to myself and to listen to the light messages and to understand that I can fuel my own soul and journey with this light energy that is coming in. And with this energy for my steps forward, without toxicity around me, I can create a clean atmosphere and a clean body of mind and soul as well. You know, there's a lot of talk about the fact that these are very, very karmic times as we move through this particular timeline in the early 20s, that not just for Taurians but for everyone, there's this unwinding of the karmic penance that has been wrought around our necks. So a lot of karmic issues are falling by the wayside and we are free to move on. You know, we can cross this broken bridge. We're no longer held back or tethered. You can look upon these cards that are coming out, even though they might be sort of light, they're giving you the indication that there's freedom. You know, what more do we want than freedom as well? Freedom from being upset, freedom from grief, freedom from being lost. Freedom is coming to so many in so many different ways. You guys also got Cupid which is a lovely one. That is the angel of love. Of course, it's quite often romantic love. So for some of you, new romance could be blossoming, and this is what the sun can also represent. And it could be blossoming after a period of heartache and loss that some of you have been through. It could be a 3-month period, 3 weeks, or even 3 years for some of you that have been holding on to some sadness or grief around the loss of love or romance. And the timing might be right now to set up this Cupid energy if you are looking for new close love in your life. When the Cupid turns up, be prepared or ready or excited about the prospects of love energy coming in, and romantic love indeed. So we come to these 2 decks that are left now, and this is a fairly new deck. I haven't used it a great deal, but it's very powerful. It's an interesting conundrum. I'm not sure if this is the case because I haven't really looked into it that much. But the author's name is Nari Anastasia. And I often get the feeling when I'm dealing with these cards that it's got an Australian energy. And I'm not sure, as I say, they may not be. But I've always had the feeling of Australia with these cards. And of course, right now, Australia is in a crisis mode. And again, it's part and parcel of a whole karmic life that is ebbing through and making deep changes. So we see it globally, we see it collectively, and we see it individually. So this is for Taurus. What would you like them to know for February? What could they focus on to learn or understand for Taurus for February? Yeah, you're being asked to let go of something. And interesting, you've got 2 number 19s, and 9 and 1 adds up to 10, which is a 1, and the solar eclipse is on the 10th. So there's a number 1 energy, like that's new beginnings in most people's minds. So there's a 1 energy coming through. You had a lot of the 8 energy, and there's the 8 over there. You had a lot of the 8 energy in your last reading. So this time you've kind of transitioned into the number 1, which you've jumped number 9, but in essence you haven't, because there is number 9. So we've gone from 8 to 9. And then if you learn this or understand the hermit energy or the solitude, and you incorporate that somehow, then you'll come through to the next level, which of course is the number 1. So this let go energy, and we look up and into the night sky there, and into the celestial rapport of the cosmos energy, forever moving and siphoning through information and timelines and experiences, which is what we do as humans on the much smaller nature than the galactic spiral of life. But letting go of something that has been grasping at you, has been capturing you, has been holding you down or weighing you down. So by letting go, you get this freedom, this tentacle movement, allowing you to go up towards the light, like this. So what I will do for this card in particular is I'm going to read the messages, because they're quite significant. So I will read for you what this one is about. It is time to relinquish your need for control and let the leaves fall as they may. If you have drawn this card, it is time to relinquish your need for control and release your tight grip on how you think the world and everyone in it should be. Letting go is an emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental process of releasing yourself to the universal spirit of love. It's giving up your need to control the outcome of every situation and the control of the people you hold most dear. This period can be challenging in many ways, and Spirit asks you to have faith. Have faith that the universe will guide you and send forth the outcomes that are needed for your journey. We understand that you have been this way for a long time, and this need for control stems from your youth, when hurt, disorder, or instability was felt. Spirit understands your need for caution, but holding on and controlling every aspect of your life is taking its toll. Hanging on so tightly does not bring the outcome you desire. Instead, it serves to repel all things that you cling so tight to. Your soul longs to be free and dance through the winds of change. If you deny this part of you the freedom to play, the universe will send the right situation or person to help unlock the free-spirited child in you. This may come at a time not suited to your plans and may leave you feeling vulnerable and confused. Dear one, it is time to let go. Letting go of your need to control will set you and others free. And there's a prayer that you can use. Great Spirit, please give me the strength to let go all that I cling to. Divinely guide my thoughts, words and actions with love and understanding. The chakra that this is associated with is the solar plexus. And it's interesting that I mentioned too that the light card was asking you to have more joy and fun in your life. And sometimes when we've been through a period of either grief or loss or, feeling as though we can't control everything because others want to put their 2 cents worth in, and we find it causes a gap or an inaccessible bridge in our directions or our intentions or our morals or ethics, we become trapped, we become lacking of light and love and joy and happiness. So this is the time to really leap into understanding about the need to let go, to drop off what doesn't serve you, what has been confronting, what hasn't gone your way, what hasn't benefited you, and then focus on the positives and the light and the buoyancy and the activation and the happiness.